If you haven't seen part 1, 2, 3 and 4 of this anime, the link is in the description. Go watch that first. So, at the start of this episode, Papo is highly motivated and says, "My punches are connecting with him now. Maybe I can win." The coach is very happy to hear this, and the fight immediately restarts. As the next round begins, both fighters start exchanging blows immediately. Miyata dodges and dodges, but when he can't dodge anymore, he clinches. A clinch allows a boxer to hold the opponent for a few seconds, but the referee will soon separate them. Miyata clinches again after dodging a few more punches, and the referee separates them after 3 seconds. Miyata continues to dodge and clinch repeatedly. The coach comments, "Look, he's recovering himself by clinching repeatedly. He was quite exhausted at the beginning of the round, but now he seems less tired." Miyata's father asks, "What are you planning to do to defeat him?" Miyata replies, "Just watch what I do next." The match resumes with Miyata full of confidence. Papo thinks, "I won't change my strategy," and rushes forward to hit Miyata. Miyata punches and then moves back quickly, dodging Papo's attempts to land punches. He continues this pattern: punch, move back, punch, move back. Miyata starts landing many hits on Papo, and the crowd wonders how long Papo can keep taking hits like this. Miyata's plan becomes successful as Papo's legs start to give out after taking so many punches. Papo struggles to move properly and can't retreat. Miyata then rushes in and delivers 3 powerful punches. Papo, despite trying to stay standing, thinks, "I must stand. I must not fall." Papo finally realizes he's being taken seriously and resolves not to fall. Miyata, in a winning posture, asks how Papo is feeling. Everyone thinks the match is over, and the interviewer says he might need to conduct an interview now. But Papo refuses to accept defeat. He gives his all and stands back up. Seeing Papo standing, Miyata becomes very angry and rushes at him, but the bell rings, saving Papo. The reporter remarks he has a lot of courage, but the result is clear. Miyata will win because Papo has taken too many hits. Miyata admits he feels pressured because Papo's punches are monstrous, and if one lands, it could be game over. Yet, he loves this kind of tension. He says he knows Papo's uppercut movement, so he can counter it easily. The coach says, "Your nose is bleeding heavily. I don't know how you're even breathing. The fact that you stood up is remarkable, but do you really want to keep fighting? Right now, you'll just be a punching bag for him." Papo replies, "No, I want to play this match, and not just play. I think I can win." The coach is shocked, thinking he's still considering winning in this condition. In the next round, he's just going to get beaten badly. Should I even let him fight? He has no moves left. Papo then says, "I have one last move left." The coach doesn't understand but smiles and says, "Give it a try." Miyata rushes again with full force, delivering powerful punches, and the fight continues. He was defending himself just like in his first match, looking like a turtle. Everyone was saying he had gone back to his first match style. Papo thought he will tire out soon. Miyata will tire out soon. The coach said that Papo couldn't do much now. Suddenly, Papo's guard went down and he shouted, "Let's go. I'm winning." Papo rushed straight at Miyata, who thought Papo was going to throw a straight right punch, but it was actually an uppercut. Miyata thought, an uppercut from that position? What the hell? But due to his speed, he dodged it. Everyone was shocked, and Miyata said, "Okay, your game is over." Miyata started punching, but then suddenly he fell. The coach said, "He didn't miss. That uppercut landed right on the edge of his chin." Miyata thought, "What nonsense. That was a knockout punch." He realized he wouldn't make that mistake again. The countdown reached 5, and Miyata said, "Stop the countdown. I'm getting up." Wait, but his knees weren't working. He was trying to stand, but he couldn't. Everyone was wondering what was happening. He managed to stand up but fell again, and the countdown continued. Miyata said, "Stop the countdown. I'm getting up." Wait a moment. The count reached 9, and he tried, but it reached 10, and the match ended. Miyata lost, and everyone was happy, cheering that Papo won. Miyata couldn't believe that Papo had knocked him out. Papo immediately ran towards him as Miyata was leaving. His father stops and says, "It was a good match, Mr. Makinuchi. What a dangerous name." Just then, the old man comes and starts giving a speech, saying, "Your mental state was quite good, but you made this mistake, blah blah blah." But before he could hear any of it, Papo falls unconscious, and seeing this, the old man immediately rushes away. Everyone says, "It's good that you fell asleep, lion, otherwise, you would have had to listen to the old man's boring speech. If you had heard it, it would have been a disaster for you." leave it. He won't say anything. The reporter, who was talking at the beginning, is now quiet. They taught him, speak now, speak now. Takamura is very happy, and the reporter smiles as well. Poor Miyata is very angry, thinking, what a disgusting loss. He is extremely furious. Later at night, the reporter takes out those photos and sends them to the coach, explaining that the uppercut hit the very tip of Miyata's chin, causing his brain to move to the side, which made his legs stop working for a while. The coach says, if that punch had landed fully, Miyata would have definitely been knocked out. The reporter agrees, yes, that's what I'm saying. Imagine if the full punch had landed. What would have happened to Miyata? The person next to the coach says, he threw the uppercut from such an unusual position. The coach replies, I haven't even taught him that punch yet, but he still managed to do it. If he had injured his hand doing that, what would have happened? The reporter adds, I've never seen the coach so happy for a new guy. Miyata's father comes in and says, I need to talk to you. While Papo is shown sleeping, he's at home, thinking about how he won the match, and he's really happy but can't sleep. The next day, Papo is heading to the gym and thinking that Miyata will probably say that the uppercut was really good, and maybe they'll become friends, which would be fun. When he arrives at the gym, he notices that Miyata isn't there. While training, others ask him why he's working out since he must be tired from yesterday's match. They suggest he should take a break today and not fight. He thinks that Miyata might also be resting, so he decides to take a rest day too. The next day, while practicing, he notices that Miyata still hasn't shown up. He wonders what's going on and asks the others if they've seen Miyata. They say they saw him doing road work outside. Papo thinks to himself, why hasn't Miyata come to the gym? He starts throwing weak punches. Takamura asks, what's up with those weird punches? Papo responds, Miyata hasn't come to the gym, so I'm confused. Takamura says, of course, he wouldn't come. Why would he? After fighting a newbie like you, if I were in your place, I'd beat myself up. While practicing, the old man coach notices Papo's weak punches and tells him to hit harder. Papo doesn't dodge and the coach asks, what's wrong with you? Your punches lack power, and you're not even dodging properly. What are you doing? Go outside and do road work. The coach thinks, how will I take him to the pro boxing exam? He's so demotivated. Suddenly, they hear the sound of powerful punches. They see Takamura hitting the punching bag with immense power. The coach says, I'll have Papo train with Takamura. Another guy says, wait, Takamura is on a completely different level. Training with him will be tough for Papo. The coach insists. He needs hard training to get back on track. The coach tells Papo, from today, you'll train with Takamura for a week. Now go and do road work. Papo follows Takamura outside to do the road work. Takamura is running at a normal pace, but then suddenly, he picks up speed. Papo thinks it will be easy to train with him. Papo asks, do you have a match next week? Who do you think will win? Takamura responds, are you crazy? What kind of question is that? Of course, I'll win. Takamura keeps running without stopping, while Papo starts getting tired. Takamura says, my opponent has been knocking out everyone, but this time, I'll knock him out in the first round. Seeing Papo getting exhausted, he comments, what a weakling. Finally, Takamura stops, and Papo says, oh, finally he stopped. But then Takamura starts running again. Later, while Takamura is hitting the punching bag, he makes Papo stand behind it. Papo thinks, these punches are literally going right through me. How is this guy on a diet and still training so hard? Takamura finally stops but then says, no, it's not over yet, and they go back to doing road work. Papo is completely exhausted. He thinks, how do you manage to keep going? Stay tuned to see what happens next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the next part.